Hello, everyone. Devin here in the background, as always, for Virtual Vino with DMV Distributing. I am honestly so excited about tonight's show. We have a tremendously talented and very special guest, Sky White. He is the owner and founder of Wendigo Tea Company, and he is also the magnificent and super energetic keyboardist for a lot of bands, actually, but he's most known for Foxy Shazam. So Sky's joining us from Ohio tonight. We are going to be tasting for amazing, high quality, really great quality wines. The Vinyes Occult Malbec, the Finca Bacara Time Waits for No One, a fantastic Monastrell, and two Tussock jumper wines, the Chardonnay and the Pinot Noir. So on screen there, you'll see where you can find all four of these great wines, including Apple Green Wine and Spirits, Blue Wind Gourmet, Dunkirk Wine and Spirits, Hook and Vine, Liquor Locker in Hagerstown, Maryland, the Wine Post, Town Center Market, and the Winery. So those of you that are joining us, let us know if you have any questions tonight. Leave us comments. We're just here to have fun with you guys on a gorgeous Friday evening. We hope to see a lot of you join, drink some wine with us. If you do have the wines, let us know what's your favorite tonight. I feel like they're all four going to be tied because they're all amazing wines. So without further ado, we're going to get this show going. And Sky, I know you're here with me, and welcome.
How's it going? I'm excited to taste all of this.
I know, and I'm so pleased that you could join me tonight. For those of you that don't know, Sky and I go pretty far back. I've been a Foxy Shazam fan forever, and we've just been kind of my lifelong friends ever since I first met you. So, you know, I got some fancy Foxy Shazam posters I found up on the wall today. Nobody can come to my house and steal these. Some of them are limited edition. I'm just saying, like right out of the venues for the ones the New Year's Eve party.
Oh yeah.
So some good stuff there. Now, Sky, how have you been during this whole year? I know you've been also doing virtual tea tastings, which every Friday morning, which is a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, Fridays, 10 a.m., just Facebook Live, just been streaming those. Honestly, a part of it was just because I missed seeing fans and communicating directly with fans, because like I've been playing shows ever since I've been 13 professionally. So like that being gone literally takes a big thing out of my life. So being able to communicate directly with fans is super helpful. And like it's nice because I have my multiple things. I'm a musician and like a tea expert. So like just putting those two things together so I can catch up with the people that like either one of those. So it's been pretty cool. Like I have a nice core little following that joins me every week. And it's been cool. So yeah, just teas and keys on Friday mornings.
I love it. And we'll definitely post a link to your Facebook page as well, Wendigo Teas. Like he said, every Friday morning at 10 a.m.?
Yep.
Great.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yep. So wherever you are watching from all around the world, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And they're a lot of fun to watch. I know you play music during them. Drink tea, talk about all the teas. Now, you started your tea company while you traveled with Foxy Shazam, for example, right?
So I started it while I was traveling. My thing I did between sound checks and shows was go travel whatever city I was in the world and try and find the best teas I could find. So like, you know, I played 200 to 300 shows a year for 10 plus years. So I'm tasting thousands of wines from around the world, experiencing like the way different tea shops and like just tea experts everywhere are approaching this. So I have this just that many different teas, just literally just the reps of tasting that many teas. I started gaining certain insight into just what I liked and what I thought that most tea companies were failing at. Are like, so you know, I'm an artist, I'm a musician. So I just wanted to start this company and treat it like everything needed to be important, special, totally unique, like a form of art. And like, because so many companies they'll just put out a thing that is similar to another company just to have it on their books. Where like, I need everything that I have totally unique, totally strange. Like this morning, I did a tasting on this guy, my Yeti. I'm the only source of that in the U.S. It's an ultra high altitude Himalayan white tea. So like, yeah, it's like you can steep this. You can steep that 12 plus times, and so everything with my career of playing kind of just added into my knowledge of tea. And then when I decided to be off the road, I literally cleared my bank account, dumped all of it into purchasing as much tea as I could from around the world, because it's the only thing I know on par with piano. So like that's how I started the company. And then as everything was shipping in from around the world, I just figured out how to build an online business. I figured out branding. I figured out packaging. Yeah.
I love it. And I know one of our mutual friends, Matt Franklin, does all of the artwork, which is great. I have a picture of some of it right here also. So Wendigo Tea Company, there's the siren. Oh, Sky's got some right there too.
You got the black shuck right there.
We're going to talk about later. Yep. So all of the artwork's fantastic. The marketing on point, Sky. So I was so excited when I saw the company first, just pop up. And, I hope you're getting the support and love that you absolutely deserve. And for those of you that have never heard of it, we are giving away 3 $10 gift cards this evening. So for those of you that are $10 towards your Wendigo tea purchase. So for those of you that are asking us questions tonight, leaving us comments on the live stream, we're going to be picking at random 3 people throughout tonight's show to get the $10 gift cards for Wendigo teas. And trust me, I have had quite a few of them. I only have one kind left, so I definitely need to reorder, Sky, but I have some black shuck left. My Nessie was like gone like that, but whoops, green tea lover. So guys, we're going to start drinking wine now. Like I said, leave us your comments, ask questions. We see some great comments already. Hi, Sabrina and Steve. Cheers, Gina. Hi, Angela. Hi, Rich. Cheers. Let us know where you guys are watching from tonight as well. I know, especially if you're fans of Sky, you might be all over the place. So definitely let us know where you're joining in from. We're just here to have fun. So we're going to kick it off with a really great Chardonnay. Now, one unique thing about our first wine is that it actually is not a large bottle. This is a bottle you can take into the movies. You can take it putt-putting. So Tussock Jumper, and actually in a great timing this year, they released what we call the minis. They're 187 milliliters. Fantastic portion, fantastic wines. And they also all come with individual plastic cups that are recyclable, that are just attached to the top. So you don't have to even have a wine glass. If you go on a picnic, you sneak it in the movie theater, whatever you do with it. I'm not saying to, I'm just saying you can. But the Tussock Jumper brand, we love them. We've had them on here on Virtual Vino quite a few times, Sky. But they're actually a really great brand that is made for wine lovers to discover great wines from all around the world. So their wines aren't just from one winery. They're actually from different countries that specialize in those kind of wines. So their Malbecs from Argentina, because of course it would be.
Yeah.
They also are sourced from very sustainable farms, which means that they're very local farms. So they're supporting the little guys all around the world as well with these really high quality wines. So we're going to start with a 100% Chardonnay. Now this is it's a cuvee. So not all of the Chardonnay grapes are from the same farm and or winery. But it's a really great, fantastic Chardonnay. A little bit of oak to this Chardonnay, but those of you that are watching with us, let us know what you think of this. Let us know what you're smelling, and I'm going to see what Sky says as well.
So on the nose, there's a thing that, oh yeah, it's really pleasant. So on the nose, I am getting, when I talk about white teas, there's like a certain like hay-like quality and like a really premium, nice, fresh white tea that you don't get in an older white tea. And like I'm getting a little bit of that right off the bat.
Yeah, this is one of those very zesty, very refreshing Chardonnays. It's not very heavily oaked, like I mentioned. So you're getting more of the grape taste to the Chardonnay rather than your tertiary characters like vanilla and, all those oaky vibes that you can usually get from, your heavily oaked Chardonnays.
It's real clean and crisp. Like it kind of reminds me of, hold on, what's the right way to put this? So it's not the exact flavor, but when you have like a refreshing lemonade and it just hits you right up front, like real bright. Yeah, it's hold on, there's something else in there I'm trying to find.
I get some green apple, and I also get pear. You get like a nice juicy pear.
There's something savory in there. There's something like there's something vegetal, like I'm wanting to say kelpie, but that's not right. It's like, because that's like a green tea word that you would use, and it's like it's reminiscent to an aspect of a green tea, but it's like let me think of the right vegetable here.
Now, Holly, I'm assuming you're drinking this with us. She says you usually love oaky, but this does seem to have some butteriness to it. Yeah, definitely a light butteriness to the Chardonnay. Not overly buttery. It doesn't have that very viscous sensation that some of those very buttery Chardonnays have. Whereas this one, like we mentioned, it is a little bit more zesty. It is very refreshing. And it's definitely bright. It's a very bright Chardonnay. And so, of course, even if you look at the color, we have our plastic cups at the moment, but you can still just see that nice gold tint to it.
So when wine people say buttery, are they talking about the same mouthfeel, like literal smooth buttery feel on your tongue, like tea people? Yep. It's the same language. Okay, cool.
Exactly. Yeah. And Sky and I, the other day when we were chatting, we were talking about, and you'll notice that he is explaining this obviously as a tea connoisseur, because there is a lot of similarities between wine tasting and tea tasting. Even how you develop both the teas and wines are similar. So I think it's very interesting to, hear your descriptions of these wines that way too.
Well, like when somebody's afraid of getting into high-end wine or high-end tea and like afraid to sit around and talk with people that maybe like trained in this stuff, like I always let people know it's like, it's not like, it's just a language. That's the only thing that's off-putting to you about it, where like everyone's going to have their own lens at which a thing is going to make sense or not make sense to them. So like something like this, if you've ever had a refreshing drink ever in your life, like if you've ever had like a lemonade as a kid, this has something that is reminiscent to, and you can relate. But like, so you can be skillful at like remembering all the candy you ate as a kid and be able to relate to the candy. Or like one of my employees who worked at a high-end produce market, and he'll be like, that tastes like this specific Chilean pepper. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. And
those only grown in 1998. Exactly.
Yeah. And so people can be afraid of the language, but it's also personal. Like the only reason wine people have a very specific language is to communicate that way with each other. But like anyone as individuals can sit around and be like, this might not taste exactly like this blueberry gusher I had when I was 8 years old, but it gives me that same feeling. And that's the goal of this, is be able to genuinely communicate with something that like real. It feels real to you. So yeah.
I completely agree. Now, Sky, with teas, I'm going to talk of each wine as well. Do you actually pair your teas with certain foods?
So I don't do that personally. I have restaurants that ask about that.
Gotcha.
And depending on a menu, I will suggest certain things. So like it kind of just depends on what people are going for. Like my Asian restaurants, they crush it with the Nessie, which you were just having, and the Greene, and those are the really big ones. And a big reason for that is like one's a Vietnamese place and one's like an Asian fusion restaurant, and everything's so big and savory and like fishy and hot and aromatic, and then like having something that's like light and floral kind of acts like a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Versus like breakfast places that sell a bunch of my tea, they want a big, bold black tea because they want people to have that sensation of like bacon and eggs and like a big, mean, powerful tea. So, so like, I don't think of pairing like, I guess you would think of wine pairing at a restaurant. I think of what people's experience in that specific situation would be like. And like, if somebody's menu changes, I might have to move some things around for them. So, yeah.
Definitely. I mean, same in the wine world. Now, we did have a question. How does the buttery flavor happen in a wine? So the buttery flavor is a tertiary character of wine. So it's actually not from the grape itself, but it's actually from the fermentation within the oak barrel. So, for example, this Chardonnay, it is aged in French oak, which is where it's going to get those light, buttery, creamy notes. The more you know, guys. Now, I would personally, I'm from Maryland, so of course, I'm going to pair this Chardonnay with a little bit of seafood. For those of you that love lobster, salmon, even your delicious Maryland Old Bay styled crabs, but also a fried chicken sandwich. Everybody loves those Popeye sandwiches or Chick-fil-A. This is, a really good, also a poultry kind of partner there that you can pair it with too.
I think
what would you pair it with?
I'd pair this with some like big, sloppy pile of Indian food, something big and fatty, like North Indian, where it's super cream based. Because between those bites, and then you get this like real super fresh thing. It'd be fun and exciting. It'd be a unique experience. So that's how I would do this. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, average price, guys, before we move on, is only $3.99 in stores per mini. Some of your stores have further discounts, but average price $3.99. So if you see these, or if your local stores don't have them yet, and or restaurants, just let them know to contact DMV Distributing. They're fantastic, especially for right now during the pandemic. It comes with a cup. Your stores, your restaurants, they don't have to bother with wine glasses, cleaning them, anything. Comes with a cup. So perfect. And for all your picnics. It was great timing for them. I think, they had it all planned out and then it hit. So,
You're not paying me to say this, but like, this is a pretty smooth wine for $3.99. Like, This is genuinely a very clean, crisp, pleasant thing. So,
well, thank you. Yeah, no, we're not paying him at all to say that. So, right on, Tussock Jumper. They'll be pleased. Endorsed by Skyway. There's a picture there of all four. Now, the Tussock Jumper minis, and we're going to be talking about the Pinot Noir next. It also comes in a Pinot Grigio at the moment and Malbec. So all recyclable, really high quality wines. It's not your average little mini that you're going to find in a store that isn't as high quality. These are really great high quality wines that are produced in the areas that they should be produced in. And great for Halloween treats on Halloween. Cheers, Alan. Perfect idea. Especially even those cute little pumpkin buckets. They can fit right on in there. Or just throw them from your porch to the adults if they, take their kids trick-or-treating this year. You need this here. They can catch it in their pumpkins. I don't know. Socially distance-wise. So we're going to move on. If you guys have any questions for Sky or myself about wine, tea, music, just let us know. Now, we do have a clip of one of your new Foxy Shazam songs that recently premiered, Sky, called Dreamer. I know you've released a couple of songs from your newest album that's going to be out on December 11th of this year. I'm pretty sure my twin already pre-ordered that.
I think I saw that.
Of course she did. She jumped the gun even before I did. So, stocking stuff with Tussock Jumper Minis and the new Foxy Shazam record. So pour yourselves more of the Chardonnay. This clip is only about 1.5 minutes long, so stick with us. Enjoy yourselves. And here's Foxy Shazam's Dreamer for you.
brings me to my knees. I can hear it sung in the birds. I can feel it bringing the words. If this is just a dream, I don't wanna wake up. If this is just a dream, I don't wanna wake up. If this is just a dream, I don't wanna wake up. If this is just a dream, I don't wanna wake up. Don't wake the dreamer. It's like watching the sunrise.
Oh, we should have let that whole thing play. I was really jamming. So, a clip from one of their new videos. I love that song, Sky. I'm so excited for the album.
Me too.
For those of you that have never heard of Foxy Shazam before, one of the best bands ever. Not biased at all, but one of the best live shows that you'll ever see in your life. So that's just hands down. You cannot beat them. Definitely check them out on YouTube. We're posting videos to Dreamer for their YouTube online there as well in the comment section. So check it out. Watch the whole video. I love the end where just everything gets crazy because that's really how Foxy Shazam rolls. Now, this is my favorite part of the video. So in case you guys missed it, it's Sky. It's nobody. Nobody, and this is Sky. This is really going to be his face at the end of this video. Just like
I've had 9 wines already.
we only had 4. 9.
So, fun story is that song, we rolled into the studio and it was not done, and we just recorded it anyway. Like we were not planning on recording it. We did not plan on having enough time in the studio, and like me and the drummer were in a studio in Seattle, and we just went for it and like put the rest of the song, made it make sense in studio right then. And like it's a lot of people's favorite song on the record, so I'm very glad we went for it.
I love it. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite Foxy songs, I think, from all time at this point. I absolutely love it. Good work. Now, you guys have been on hiatus, and I know that you had a show that was, your Foxy's Back show. What was that? Set in March?
I think it was April. Was it March or April?
It got pushed back a couple times.
I think it was April 11th.
That's
right. It's been moved back a bunch. It's probably going to get moved back again. Like it has not been moved back again yet, but pandemic stuff. So
my tickets are going to be good no matter what. So, or I'll break in.
Yeah.
I'll bring wine bottles to hit people with to get in. Now we'll be sharing some pictures later as well. I want to share a couple pictures from when's around the time we met, but these are really throwbacks. I posted one earlier. So
That's so good.
2010. I think in Baltimore somewhere. And your shirt.
Yeah.
So many exclamation points on that shirt. Here's Sabrina and I at another show. That was a really crazy show. That's my twin. Foxy and there.
What was that show? Go back.
I think that was the weird one in Lemoyne, and it was like at a bus or a boat depot, and it was so crazy with the bad rabbits, and it was such a fun show. You guys were just on like a step.
Yeah.
Like here's a picture from that show. There's Sky.
Okay.
With Daisy behind him. That's usually how Sky plays.
The whole time. My hands don't even.
I took these pictures so I can share them from 8 years ago. So. So some enjoyable photos for you guys to check out, kind of old school in it. I had to dig through. I have so many photos, and always got to give love where it's due. Now we are going to move on to the Tussock Jumper Pinot Noir. So for you guys, ask us questions, leave us comments. We're going to move on to the delicious Pinot Noir. Now, for those of you that don't know, your local stores have your Virtual Vino bags with all of our wines that we're going to be doing for that week. Your stores will give you specials on them. There's tasting sheets inside, and 6 bottles of wine really can fit in here. But it's made for 4, or ice packs on the side. I haven't even opened mine yet, Sky. Ooh.
I'm going straight to mason jar.
Oh, yeah. There you go. I'm going to use my fantastic tiny plastic cup here. Now, the Pinot Noir wine and grape is one of my favorite grapes of all time, whether it's made in a blend, whether it's 100% Pinot Noir, which in fact is probably one of my favorite wines, always fantastic, if you can find one. But what you may not know about the Pinot Noir is that it's actually considered by many winemakers all around the world is the heartbreak grape.
Why is that?
So it gets the nickname because the skin of the Pinot Noir is really very thin. So it makes it susceptible to disease, genetic mutation, God forbid someone even sneezes in the vineyard, but no, it's a very hard grape to get a very high yield of grapes to make an abundance of wine. So sometimes you'll have, just really great looking vines, and then all of a sudden, oh no, and then you're heartbroken because there went all your delicious Pinot Noir. So it's a fickle grape. It poses a real challenge for your winemakers. That's why many of your Pinot Noirs are a little bit more expensive than other wines, especially if they are 100% Pinot Noir, because it is in fact really hard to make Pinot Noir. So the more you know about Pinot Noir, Sky. Now this is also in fact 100% Pinot Noir, not all made in the same place. Tussock Jumper really relies on supporting all those local wineries and farms from around. The majority is from southern France, in fact, for this Pinot Noir. And it's a really great Pinot Noir. You'll notice a little bit of a sweetness as well to this kind of Pinot Noir. And also a really fantastic smoothness and very fruity. It's super fruit forward.
It is very like dark red fruit, like strawberry jammy.
Yeah.
So there's something in tea. So there's a few things I want to ask questions on. There's like a muskiness that, like with pu'er and aged teas, I would call barnyard, but the tea world uses something else, or that is relating to something else. Like there's a little bit of like muskiness, like big animal in the smell. And so no one is going to get this, but there's a Wuyi mountain tea called Ruigui, Ruigui, and it has a lot of the same like red fruit characteristics as this thing right here. And hold on. So in that tea, there's like a lot of stone. There's like a lot of stone, and I'm getting like the littlest bit of that, but that has more of the like mountainy, craggy characteristic. What am I getting wrong on this so far?
Nothing so far, Sky. And like I mentioned, it is amongst all those things. Holly pointed out, definitely get the cherry. It's even some wild strawberries. I feel just those nice, juicy, ripe strawberries in this wine. A hint of vanilla to me, maybe even some baking spices in the aroma when I'm actually smelling the wine. The color is absolutely gorgeous, even if I am just looking in my nice little plastic cup. If you guys are drinking this along with us, let us know what you think. Yeah, I think it's an absolutely fantastic, really approachable Pinot Noir. So if you have friends over for dinner, if you have, friends that are still on the fence about trying dry wines, especially a dry red wine, I think this is a very nice, pleasing, everyone's going to be pleased drinking this wine, whether at dinner, all by itself. It's kind of like a go-to red to take off the shelf. And it's individual serving, so why not? Now, Sky, I know that you did make something extra special with this earlier.
I have not tasted it yet, so let's see if this turned out any good.
Okay.
You want me to give you the rundown?
Absolutely. I know we have some pictures of when you were making it.
So I made a Earl Grey, Black Shuck Earl Grey sangria. So if you've ever made sangria, it's like if you got half a bottle left at the end of the day or something, like just make a sangria out of it. It's going to be better than a day old wine. So like if I don't think sangria is like the fanciest thing in the world. I think of it like you want something unique and special off of the end of a bottle, or something just like something bright, something brighter than you would normally get off of like a red wine or something. So hold on. Let's give this a shot here.
All right. Here's a picture earlier, some of the ingredients there. Pouring it in.
Hold that on there. I forgot to grab soda water. I need soda water.
It's good that he's running. He's getting back into show shape, the fighting shape. So we'll make him run through the house for the soda water. Now let us know what you guys are thinking about the Pinot Noir.
I'm back.
And it can totally be used for sparkling wine. Oh, here we go. Some soda water in there.
Okay.
And we'll be posting the recipe as well, guys. So if you do want to try and make this yourself, especially if you are one of the winners of the $10 Wendigo tea gift cards, you can definitely get some black shuck tea. It's a really fantastic Earl Grey, and you can make this sangria yourself with the Tussock Jumper Pinot Noir.
Did we explain what people got to do to get the $10 gift cards, or are we just choosing them?
Yeah, all you guys have to do is make comments through the show and ask us questions. We're going to be picking at random, so ask away to win your $10 gift cards.
So I'll explain how I made all of this. So the step one is just make a simple syrup out of making a super strong tea first. So like what I did, I just used 4 times the amount of tea leaf. So with 1 cup of water, make a super strong tea. I taste tested that super strong tea this morning, and then just as soon as my stream was done, I turned it into a simple syrup, and then I just poured one of these little guys, a little bit of Grand Marnier, and the simple syrup, and I cut down a whole bunch of apples, and halved a bunch of blueberries, because if you don't have the blueberries, nothing's going to happen because there's skin on blueberries, obviously. But really, sangria can be like any fruit just thrown down in there. Like any fruit works. It's exciting and cool, and then you get to eat the fruit at the end. Except this occurred to me, don't use a tomato. Don't use a tomato for sangria. So, okay. This is my first taste test. I've done versions of this in the past, but I have never used an Earl Grey before. So let's see what this is like. Victory! It's delicious! Oh my God. Yeah, I used a little bit of ginger in there, and that brightened up the end a lot too. It was really cool.
Oh, I love it. So I'm going to make mine tomorrow, Sky, then. I'm going to get myself some Grand Marnier. I do have the black shuck tea, which is why we chose to use this tea. So tomorrow I'm going to try it out. I'm sure I will also love it. I don't have one of those fancy glasses, Sky, but I'm sure I can make something work that I have.
Oh my God. It's really good. So sangria is one of those things. As long as you don't do something dumb, it's going to be delicious. So like I feel really cool that I made this so good, but like as long as you're using okay ingredients at the beginning, it's going to be delicious.
Yeah. Now, Jenna asked, the recipe sounds delicious. How does the tea change the flavor of the sangria? So how does using your tea as making that simple syrup change the flavor?
So the ratio of tea simple syrup to the whole thing is relatively low, but the aromatics on Earl Grey are pretty strong. So you're getting a lot in the end. And like, hold on, let me just show you. The exhale, you're getting this pleasant Earl Grey smooth exhale. And then like, there is black tea in it too. So like there's going to be some like big, dark, meaty body to it. Like it's a Darjeeling black tea. Like it's tough, it's powerful. So you're going to up the body and the aromatics by using like something like that. So I would suggest using mine, but really you can make a simple syrup out of anything, literally anything in your house. Just make your hair into a simple syrup. It'd be great.
Oh, we haven't talked about tannins yet. Is Earl Grey tanniny? Is that a word, tanniny? Tanniny.
1090. 1090.
1090. This is what happens on Virtual Vino. We're going to come up with words. 1090. So, for example, would you want to make your simple syrup with an especially dry wine, or was I right in picking the Pinot Noir for that?
So I like how fruity this is with pairing with the Earl Grey. So like the combination works really well together. What I imagine, like for my teas especially, I imagine a perfect tasting experience is you sit down, you smell it, you're experiencing something, you're beginning your initial impact of tasting something, and then you get to like the body, the meat of the experience, and then you get this like hopefully long, smooth aftertaste. And honestly, a thing happens with sangria where when you're adding fruit, like sugars totally counteract almost all tannin. Seriously, like you could have the most tannin rich anything and you add sugar to it and it's going to be like, oh yeah, that's nice and smooth because sugar covers over where the tannins would usually be bitter. So that's my experience, especially with tea. So how is that in the wine world?
I mean, very similar to that, Sky. I can't wait to make mine. I'm going to make it tomorrow. I'll send you a picture. Mine will most likely not turn out as great as Sky's, but I'm going to lie and say that it does because no one will know because, you know.
Like, just throw it's going to be delicious.
Yeah. Well, Sky, now I have a favor to ask of you. We are going to move on to our third wine, but would you play us a little ditty on the keyboard?
Hold on. Let me.
And while you set up, I'm going to talk about two wines that we've recently had featured in the Washington Post.
Ooh.
We're going to flash them on screen. So the Washington Post, much love for them. Dave McIntyre, our Chateau Croix d'Amande 97-point rated wine was featured last Wednesday in the Washington Post. If you guys can't find this in or around Maryland or DC, absolutely tell your favorite stores to give it a go. It is fantastic. Trust me, you want to try this fantastic wine. Now, we also are going to have another one of our DMV distributing wines in next week's Wednesday edition of the Washington Post, our delicious Pazzo Albarino. So it is a fantastic wine as well. That was just announced today. I love that wine. It is so fantastic. Just the taste, really ripe apricots, peaches. It takes me back to summer every time, and a really great wine to enjoy all year long. So for those of you guys that want to try two different wines that we have not had the Pazzo on the Virtual Vino yet. We did have the Chateau Croix d'Amande a couple weeks ago, and it is probably one of my favorite reds that we have right now. So definitely check them out. Message us at DMV Distributing on our Facebook page. If you can't find a location near you that sells it, we'll let you know where the nearest one is. But like I always say, ask your favorite stores to, bring them in for you. You can be their little wine sales rep all yourself, making them get really fantastic wines. That pause, I love it. So I know Sky is all set up here. Now he's going to do a little ditty for us before we get into our third wine. We have two more fantastic, highly rated wines for you guys to enjoy with us tonight. So keep your comments coming. Enjoy a little tune while we get set up for our third wine. And thanks, Sky, for playing a nice little jam for us.
This is what I do.
Woo! I was headbanging the
That's
whole
what I
time,
got.
Sky. It's like old times. Right home. Thank you.
We can't do shows.
You can never go wrong with music and that. And I love the whole lighting over there. It has a very gonzo feel
It's
to it.
grow lights. We got house plants all
Yeah.
over the house.
That
And
makes sense.
it turns out that I like the way it feels while I'm playing. My songs sound bigger because they're grow lights.
To be a little jazzy. That makes a lot of sense, Guy. All right, so you ready to get to some really good stuff here?
What are we getting into?
All right, so our next wine of the evening is going to be the Finca Bacara Time Waits for No One. Both of our last wines actually have skulls on them. This one's got the really fancy skull and crossbones. Woo. Now, for those of you that are joining us, let us know if you are also drinking the Time Waits for No One. You know, I think that one of my favorite wineries, Ego Bodegas, as well as Finca Bacara, we've had Yana, their owner, on quite a few times. Fantastic people. We'll be sharing a little bit about them in a few minutes, especially about how many really great, fantastic women that they have putting forth so much effort through Finca Bacara and Ego Bodegas. They really empower women there in Humia, Spain. Fantastic quality wines and great people. Now, the Finca Bacara Time Waits for No One. It's a 95-point decanter rated wine, 15% alcohol content. This one is going to make you feel really good. It's going to taste really good. And, you know, really the whole idea of this wine is that time waits for no one. It encourages us, just like this evening, for all of you joining us, for us having friends in Ohio joining us drinking wine. It encourages you to live every moment, cherish the little time that we have, as that it cannot be recovered. So once you lose it, you lose it. So this wine is definitely one to enjoy with friends. Enjoy it, have fun, and also don't let opportunities pass you by. So remember, it's been a tough year, but this wine is especially one that I really love to showcase, and I really love to bring it into stores, restaurants, for everyone to enjoy. And especially once you try this wine, you know, you're really gonna really enjoy it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna want to share it with friends. And, you know, I think, wait, someone's at my door. Hello? Oh, no, I don't want any. What? Well, this is, I don't know what's happening. Do you want some wine? I literally live out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what's going on. Oh, God. Okay, if I give you some wine, like, am I safe?
It looks like he already has wine spilled all over his face.
I don't know what's happening. We're
That's
just going to give him wine. Hopefully, I hope you like this, because you won't kill me if you don't like it. I knew doing one Halloween episode would get me in trouble. What's going on here? Okay, all right. Well, we're going to get back on the wine tasting after here you go.
How
Enjoy us.
do you drink it through the tiny holes? Is that like the built-in
Oh,
area?
hold on. I got you, bro. Here you go.
Oh, the joke was built in.
I got you. All right. So he's happy. We're going to just like ignore this. I don't understand what's going on here. I'm pretty sure that's mine on the mask, right? Okay. Anyway, Sky. Okay. I'm just onwards. So this is 100% Monastrell, produced in Vinyes, Spain, Sky. Absolutely gorgeous place. Can't wait to visit. Like I said, Finca Bacara is also owned by Ego Bodegas, which we sell also a lot of Ego Bodegas. And they've made this really great winery and products from Finca Bacara as well. All Ego Bodegas products are a Monastrell grape blended with other grapes. This is 100% Monastrell. And Sky, I'll be honest, it's one of my favorite grapes. Have you ever tried this grape? You don't even know what you're drinking. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. All right. That's fine. So like I said, this wine is also vegan. I'm sure you're vegan. And it's gluten-free. So it's a really great wine that everyone can enjoy. 100% Monastrell is also aged in 6 months in American oak barrels. So unlike, the creaminess that those French oak barrels are going to have, this one's going to bring up a little bit of the spice. So when you drink this, Sky, let me know what you're tasting. You can just sit there and enjoy whatever. I don't know what's going on.
I'm getting like a little bit of hot cocoa vibes. Like it's very comfortable. Like it's very comfortable hot cocoa. Like it's a very pleasant woodiness too. I know that's
Definitely.
like probably not the proper terminology, but like hot cocoa and wood. A lot of just classic red fruit stuff, but yeah, I don't think I've had something that's so like it gives a sensation like you're sitting down having a hot cocoa, but it's really good.
Absolutely. This is a really great I always think of it as like a fireplace wine, and unlike your ports, it's like a wine that you can drink a lot of, and it's just very refreshing as well, because this wine is also really clean and it's very bright. So it's a wine that you do want a second, third, fourth glass of sometimes. But also, Holly, definitely like a bonfire. So like I mentioned earlier, this wine is something that you want to share with your friends. So live in the moment, drink wine with your friends, drink tea with your friends. I think that especially even the garnet red color of this wine, just everything about this wine is very inviting. It makes you want to drink more of it. And once you taste it, you're like, ooh, this is going to be a fun night, because it is absolutely fantastic. It's super well balanced, very savory. And like you mentioned, there are hints of, that woodiness to it as well, Sky. So while it is fruity, you are going to taste a little bit of that natural wood taste in there.
But usually with like really oaky teas, it has that like kind of harshness on the end for me. Like it's something that at the end I'm like, and like it's this bright cutoff, like oaky, and it's done. Like this is smooth. So I'm liking it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think it's, like we mentioned, and especially the price point. This is a 95-point Decanter rated wine. So anything over 90, you're like, what? Where did this come from? 95 points. Average price, only $14.99 in your stores, guys. Are you excited about that? That was okay. Well, okay. So yeah, I mean, he's pumped about it. I'm pumped about it. Sky, I feel like you like it as well. Now, this is also one of those wines that's great for food pairing. So especially, it's very easy to pair this Monastrell with just about anything. But even if you're a red meat lover,
anything savory, anything meaty, this would be great.
Absolutely. And if you're a cheese lover, I would definitely recommend pairing this with your blue cheese. Even salads, you can get away with drinking this wine and pairing it with the salads, especially if you do ornate it with that really delicious blue cheese.
So we put all the salad in here and then eat it. Eat the salad in the wine glass.
Apparently tonight anything goes, guys. So that could go. I feel like that's a thing as well. But yeah. And Holly, definitely one of my favorites also. Now, we were talking earlier, and I do want to share a few pictures with you guys. Finca Bacara, like I mentioned, they are all about empowering women as well at their establishment in Vinyes, Spain. Yana has been on a few times. We absolutely love to have her on here. Now, they did post a few weeks ago and sent us a couple of days ago just about their female winemaker, for example. Yana, the owner of the winery, also a female. So, you know, there's a lot of really great respect and love for their entire staff at Finca Bacara, but especially all the great women there. So we want to give them a shout out. I have never tasted one single little sip of bad wine from them. There's Yana. Cheers. Did you give a cheers too? So we'll leave it up there second so you guys can read that as well. I won't lie, I feel old because I can't read it.
Up that font a little bit.
Exactly. Now, Shane, over in Malaysia, I always chat with Shane. If you follow them on their Instagram, their Facebooks, Shane will be the one that contacts you back at Finca Bacara or at Ego Bodegas. She's a great person. They all are really, you know, super personable, and they make a fantastic product. So if you see anything, there's their winemaker, Irene. So shout out to ladies over in Humia, Spain. Are you dry yet? Good thing we're moving on to the next one soon. Whew. So shout out to them. You know, I think that it's a really great thing that they're doing over there. Fantastic marketing. Sky, if you've never seen a lot of their bottles, if you go to their websites, similar to Wendigo Tea, they have a fantastic marketing program. So any bottle of their wine has a super cool label. It has a story behind the label that they really put a lot of time and effort into thinking about. Just for example, obviously the time waits for no one. Perfect timing for whatever this was, but
I like the label. It feels nice.
It does feel nice. It feels nice and it tastes nice. Now, for those of you that are joining us, watching with us, hopefully you guys have the Time Waits for No One with you as well. Let us know what you're thinking about it. Wine flavored salad. And Holly, I see there. Yes, become your new go-to. Absolutely. And they also sell right now in and around Maryland. Finca Bacara has the 3015. So if you see a really fantastic, fun label with a big whale on it, try that one out as well. We'll post that for you too. That lady had a lot of tattoos for Finca Bacara.
Yeah.
And this wine, Sky, it's also one of those wines that really opens up. So it's a perfect wine to decant for about a half hour before you get into tasting it. But it is very approachable. Like we mentioned with the Pinot Noir, this is a wine that even your, you know, friends that maybe gear towards your sweeter wines, they may also enjoy this wine as well. And if they don't, then more for you, you know, you can pass on something else.
So I'm just letting you know, this is a hilariously large amount of wine to be drinking this fast. We've had like, what, 4 wines or I've had my sangria and then
you had your sangria, so you're up to like 4-ish, I guess. You know, like when I first started these, there were 6 wines, Sky. There's the 3015. So same winery, fantastic label. The story behind the 3015 is that's how we're going to be living in 3015 because we ruined our whole earth. So we're living on the earth on top of this poor whale that we've already polluted. And there's a little city on there and the poor whale has to hold us up. But, you know, fantastic artwork, story behind it, and also a truly amazing wine. Do you like that one too? You've never tried that? This glass is empty. It's getting dangerous over here. All right. So those of you that have been watching so far, I'm going to pick 2 people now to win the $10 Wendigo Teas gift card before we get into our last one. You can't win it. You can't. You're picking? Do you want to pick? All right. So Holly Elizabeth, cheers. You've won one of the $10 gift cards to Wendigo Teas. Great job.
Oh my God, Holly, that's crazy.
Yeah, Holly.
What are you going to get? You can get any. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really good one. All right. And then who else? And Tatiana Espina. You also get a $10 Wendigo Tea gift card. Good job. So we give away our last and final Wendigo Tea gift card after our last wine here. Please email us or message us on the DMV Facebook page and just give us your email address and we'll pass it on to Sky White here and he'll hook you guys up. Thanks, Sky. I need to win one. No, I'm just kidding. I just need to order more tea.
Comment down here. Maybe you'll win.
I might. Yeah, hold on. Let me try and write a comment. I gotta let me get on my phone quick. You can't win it. No, I'm kicking you right out as soon as this. I don't.
Holly is asking where to find my tea. So it's wendigotea.com. That's WENDIGOTEA. So wendigotea.com. So the most popular is Bigfoot, and that is my classic black tea. I have an herbal that's made for this season right now in vocalist called Siren. It's like super good for vocal cords, anti-inflammation, for everything GI tract and respiratory system. So that's pretty cool. Or if you want something super weird, I got both skunk ape, which smells like skunk ape smells like a rhinoceros, and it tastes like burnt marshmallow on graham crackers. It's a 10-year aged high mountain Taiwanese oolong, charcoal roasted once a year for 10 years. Or if you want another super weird one, I'm the only source of this in the U.S.
I have to try that.
It is the Yeti. It is a high altitude Himalayan white tea, hand woven. So these are just tea leaves woven together in order to make this big old monster. And your drinking experience is you literally drink it with its little arms reaching up at you. So it looks like you're just an alien.
I love that. I mean, that's a great fall time tea, I think, especially because life's getting creepy apparently at the moment. So the little arms of the tea can reach up at you.
Well, like
it looks like a sea urchin, Jess said.
Yeah, a tea urchin. Yeah. So yeah, this one's like there's some like chemical things that happen with this tea that I've never experienced with any other tea in the world. You can steep it forever, it never gets bitter. You can brew it over and over and over, like 3, 4, 5, like a dozen times in a day, and the next day sit it like just at the end of your day when you're done with it, sit on the counter, it'll dry out, and then you just drop this down in the cup again, and it just keeps making more tea, and it's delicious for days. You can make like 12 or 15 servings off of it. Super weird.
So I'm definitely good at tea.
Hey, there's wendigotea.com. It's really showing it right there now.
Oh yeah, we've been showing it.
How did that happen?
It's called magic.
Okay.
You're busy with the tea urchins, Sky.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on to our last wine of the evening. Now, this is a true gem. I have not tasted this in a while. I've tasted it before, and I remember that I absolutely love it.
I like the gold embossed label. It's really pleasant.
Absolutely.
It's like a nice matte black finish.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Now, this is the Vinyes Occult Malbec, made in Mendoza, Argentina. So we're going to talk a little bit about actually how this winery was made, because it actually started out in a garage. So it was deemed a garage winery because it was made at home with locally sourced grapes. I'm going to pour yours first so you don't kill me. Tell me when.
This is not weird at all.
There you go. Okay. Halloween's weird, Sky. So this has 92 points from James Suckling. Really great label, easy to find in stores because, you know, it might blend in. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. It stands right out on the shelf. The fantastic artwork of this label is so great. It was conceived, like I mentioned, as a garage winery in 2007. So made right at home in Mendoza, Argentina, which is where all of the world's best Malbecs come from. So if you find a great Malbec wine, most likely it's from Mendoza, Argentina. No, it's made from really high quality vineyards, and they actually use their own fermentation tanks there right at the house. Now, when they first made this winery, he actually made about 530 plus bottles of it and sold out within 2 months, just locally. Like, hey, do you want to try my wine? I'm just, trying to make it at this point. Didn't have a label, anything. Sold out instantly because of how great the wine was. So he's like, okay, I got something going here. And that's how it all happened. So Tomas Starring is actually their winemaker. We have a picture here to show you guys of him. And of course, like we mentioned, artwork, marketing, it's everything, especially in the wine industry where, you can really sell a lot by, showing off your artwork. So there's Tomas. I found a lot of really great videos with him in them, but I don't speak Spanish, so I need to learn. Now, the vineyard is located east of the Yucca Valley in the province of Mendoza, Argentina, like I mentioned. Now, one of the greatest things about this is that the farm that the Malbec grapes are actually from, it's irrigated with the pure water, like the thaw water from the Andes mountain range. So the Andes Mountains really actually are what is making these grapes grow. It's helping them because it's through streams, underground layers. It's actually really what's in the grapes of this wine, your water from the Andes Mountains. So perfect, ideal climate for the Malbec grape. And, 100% Malbec, let us know what you think, Sky. This is also aged for 12 months in a first use of French oak, which definitely gives it quite a bit of creaminess to this Malbec. And then it's used in other barrels as well, but previously used barrels that give it a little bit of a less flavor as it's aging. So that's nice because then that way you can get that really fruitiness out of the Malbec grape also. It's a really great, well-balanced Malbec. If you guys are drinking along with us, let us know what you think.
On the nose, I'm getting like my garden. Like it's herby. It's real herby.
Oh, you like this one.
How are you able to smell this through the mask and a straw? I can't understand how you're a sommelier.
I think he's going to get a badge just showing up like that.
Whoa, that's big.
Mm-hmm.
Very big. Oh my God.
No,
Very big and fruity.
absolutely.
I'm getting like vanilla on the exhale.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Definitely a lot of cherry. I get it some plum, even some plum aroma to this Malbec. Oh, it's delicious. I forgot how much I love this Malbec.
It's very sweet, like almost like a thing you shouldn't be drinking. It's so sweet, like a treat, like a soda, like a big K level sweetness.
Yeah, I actually just realized I didn't pour myself enough, so this is just
Oh my God.
absolutely fantastic. Now, obviously, the bottle there, guys, you can tell just how great the marketing is for this wine. We mentioned earlier that it is rated 92 points by James Suckling, so it's a high rated wine. Average price for this, surprisingly, only $19.99 in store. So the quality of this wine is absolutely amazing. I also get a nice tanginess to this wine. So if you're looking for something that's really attractive, very fruity, also a little bit tangy, this is a really great Malbec for that too.
I would have this with so much cheese, literally all piled.
Probably like too much cheese.
Yeah, this and like a real fatty, delicious cheese would be so good. Oh my God.
Definitely. I have a really great pimento cheese spread that I'm thinking on top of some crackers with this Malbec later is going to hit the spot. Oops. Yeah, acres. That's good. If you guys are drinking it with us, let us know what you think. I think this is one of those really great wines that it's very dry, but it also has that sweetness to it.
Well, like it doesn't end sweet. It's like it hits sweet and it ends dry.
Mhm.
Yeah, like you're not left with the tail of sweetness. You're left
Exactly.
like a real bright.
Now, this wine, like I said, average price $19.99 in store. But one of the greatest things about this wine is that they also make a Grand Malbec that has a big, chunky, nice copper label on it. There we go. Average price in store for that is about $32 in store. It is a 97-point rated wine. So you can also find that in Maryland, all around DC as well. There we go. So your fantastic label. I have looked online for what people even resell that wine for, and it would definitely surprise you because those bottles, the fancy bottle, Sky, but the wine in that, fantastic. So if you guys find it, definitely grab yourself up a bottle, especially because Halloween's next week. So we're already starting your Halloween week-ish off spookily. For you?
Is that another word we don't know about?
Yeah, it's like tanniny.
Tanini.
Tanniny.
Yeah.
Tanniny. Yeah, I would definitely pair that with so many things, Guy. If you guys are watching with us, let us know what you would pair this Malbec with. I saw someone mention earlier that they usually don't like Malbecs, but this is also a really great Malbec, and they're loving it. So great to hear. I think that I'm usually not a Chardonnay person, but the Chardonnay earlier, fantastic. I've definitely found some Chardonnays, especially within the past couple months, that I would pick off the shelf by myself.
So I'd probably pair this with cheese or anything real gamey, like something like fatty and gamey. This would be great.
Yeah. A nice pulled pork sandwich.
Mm.
I don't know why I thought. Yes. That. Trying to hold it together.
Just showing you how there's a lot of empty wine bottles around here.
I warned you about this.
I didn't imagine an hour.
Like I mentioned, you said that you were trying to get back into show shape. So doesn't this get you back into show shape?
Well, that's
or not much wine on the road?
This is like after show shape.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you also have to get in shape for that because you don't want it to just come at you and then, after the first show, you're hurting.
Well, hold on. I did do backstage sangria all the time. That's a thing I literally did all the time because there'd always be extra wine and there's always a fruit tray for some reason. And I'd
Great idea.
Be piling like grapes and mangoes and all that stuff and just throw it into a mason jar. Yeah.
That's perfect. I would definitely do that as well. And it's good for you because it's made with fruit and it has fruits in it.
Yeah.
Are you empty?
Antioxidants or something. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Now, if you guys have any more questions, comments, I know we have Sky all the way from Ohio here, so we don't want to keep him all night. But Sky, this has been so much fun.
You can keep me all night. Like
you're gonna be just.
There's literally like 8/10 of these bottles left.
Yeah, and you can't let them go to waste. Don't let Bear find them.
Oh my God. So just in case you don't know, if you haven't seen my beautiful boy Bear, we're fostering an awful Pomeranian by the name of Bear that attacks people, bites, and barks all the time. And we're trying to get him to stop doing that so he can get adopted. Because if he doesn't stop doing that, shelters are trying to put the guy under. So we're trying to save this little dude's life, but he's a maniac. He's the cutest, horrible little monster. And he looks you in the eye, and then you move and he just attacks you like National Geographic style.
It's like this?
Yeah, it's like that,
Okay.
except like this. Yeah.
That might be what's happening behind the mask. We don't know. At least there's no creepy music happening. I feel like I should add some forewarning, like music.
Like spooky sounds of Halloween just playing.
Yeah, exactly.
The parrot.
Oh, there we go. So we did post a few more Foxy Shazam videos for you guys to enjoy. Definitely, please follow Foxy Shazam. Follow Wendigo Tea. Remember that Sky also does live tastings every Friday morning as well at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I always love, as soon as our conference call's done, I'm like, boop, and then I try and join in and learn about tea and say hi to all my friends that join your live streams. I saw Sammy on there earlier, so cheers, Sammy.
I've been doing some of the live streams. I've just been literally giving away a small amount of. So what I do is my tasting is pretty much me sharing my R&D department with everyone.
Mhm.
So I've been sharing a dozen samples of some of the things I'm tasting for free or for cheap, just so other people can experience the things I'm tasting, so I can also get feedback from them. So some of them are my teas, some of them are weird super aged teas. I know I've tried probably maybe like 30 or 40 pu'er, like super aged pu'er. Some of them like 20 years plus. Hold on, I just realized I got some weird stuff for you.
We're in. Man, you're really in.
So I acquired a bunch of really old wines. I got a 1980
Whoa.
something, and then I have a 2006 Barry Larkin. Hold on, look. It's a Barry Larkin.
So maybe we need to do another wine tasting with one of those.
I want to try and
visit, though.
I want to taste it with Barry Larkin. Like, be like, hey, dude, I want to know what you tasted like 14 years ago.
I love your whole wine rack there too, Sky.
That's my things. So some of them are whites that are not supposed to be aged that I just acquired, which are like, so whites don't tend to be getting better after age 10 or 15, but they're really weird. Like I've definitely experienced some wine flavors off of some like 15-year-old whites that I don't exist in the real world. Like it's incredible, but like I don't want to crack into it unless I'm around somebody that can appreciate the uniqueness of some of these flavors. So it's not good, but it's special.
I will visit anytime, Sky, to help you out with that. Now, here's my stepmom, but do you have a 1998 Chenin Blanc?
So
she bought me a wine rack at a yard sale about a month ago, and there was a 1998 Chenin Blanc, a Beringer Chenin Blanc in it, and we have yet to make a video of us trying it. So
Chenin Blanc is probably my favorite wine in the world. That is,
it is fantastic.
I love a Chenin Blanc. So,
we sell quite a few fantastic Chenin Blancs, so we'll definitely, let you guys know about those as well. So, we're gonna have to have you back and join us again sometime. So, next time I feature Chenin Blanc, if you're in, we're in.
Okay.
He's not in that time. I'm gonna lock the door. I forgot to deadbolt it my 3 times out here in the country. I'm sorry. Well, guys, we're going to let you all go. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Now, next week, we do have an extra holiday edition, Halloween edition, with a great band from Annapolis, Guava Jelly. I'm going to be featuring 5, actually, amazing wines with them. And they're on screen for you guys. Now, we're doing 5 next week. Some stores had 4, some stores had all 5. So as long as you get, some of those wine next week to enjoy with us, have at it. They are fantastic wines, so I highly recommend all 5 of them. All highly rated, all delicious, and we're going to have a lot of fun, a little bit more live music next week, so definitely join us like every Friday at 7 p.m. here on DMV Distributing. And thanks so much for joining us once again this evening. Not you. Not you. You're not welcome. Now, we do have one more $10 gift card to give away before we let Sky go. Now, Sky, can I ask for one more favor? Will you play us off tonight?
Yeah, but you got to give somebody a thing first, right?
Been around this time because you've had wine sense, or even like an old school Foxy Shazam ditty or something like that. As you will.
I'm just going to move you over here and then see what happens.
I'm in. All right, I'm going to pick out the last person here. We're scrolling up. There we go. All right. Jenna Bishop. Jason picked you. Jenna Bishop, you are the proud owner of a $10 Wendigo tea gift card. So make sure that you send us your email on our Facebook page so that we can hook you up with that as well. And once again, guys, I'll see you next Friday right here on DMV Distributing. We're going to let Sky play you out for just a minute or so. But we'll see you next week. Enjoy all your fantastic wine this weekend. Stay safe. Deadbolt your doors, apparently. Cheers.